what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. We've got the latest rumors on Trea Turner coming up in just a second. Who are some teams that could go after him? Should the Dodgers sign him? How much will he cost? We're going to dive into that in just a second. But quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news, rumors, high videos, breakdowns, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want the Dodgers to re-sign Trea Turner? Is there anything that you've seen from him this year that's made you change your mind about wanting the Dodgers to sign him long term? Are you waiting to see how he performs in the postseason? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So the biggest question the Dodgers will be facing this offseason is, will they be able to re-sign Trea Turner? Trea Turner is going to be hitting free agency, and he's going to be a hot commodity. He's going to be one of the best players available, especially if he finds a way to turn it around in the postseason, where he has a career .561 OPS. Last season, he struggled in the postseason for the Dodgers, finishing with a .500 OPS, just 2 extra base hits. And if you look at his numbers this season, they have dipped a little bit. A .298 batting average, that's second behind Xander Bogaerts among shortstops. His .343 on base percentage is good for third. A .464 slug percentage is good for third. And his .128 WRC plus is good for fourth behind Trea, Bogaerts, and Bo Bichette. You also look at the dip he's experienced in the second half of the season, where he's posting a .287 batting average, a .114 WRC plus. Remember, 100 is league average, so his bat, when it comes to offensive production, is 14% above league average in the second half. And then since the beginning of September, he's hitting just .258 with a 97 WRC plus. He also leads all of Major League Baseball with 701 plate appearances and 645 at-bats. So maybe he's a little tired, maybe he's pressing a little bit. And look, the reality with Trea Turner is no matter what he does in the postseason, he's going to hit the market as an elite shortstop. You are going to have teams out there that are going to want to spend big and make him a big part of their organization. The latest on Trea Turner, we have some nice nuggets to bring to you. This is from Bob Nightingale, who says that the Philadelphia Phillies have become the favorite to sign Trea. He wrote recently, Dodgers All-Star shortstop Trea Turner should earn at least $330 million this winter as the top free agent to hit the market, and says that Los Angeles has grown on him as a city. The question is, will the Dodgers give him that kind of money when they didn't keep homegrown shortstop Corey Seager, who signed for $325 million last winter with the Texas Rangers? So, first things first, let's break out that Dodgers rumor meter, and at this point, I'm giving this one a 2 Dodger dogs. People are talking at this point. There's nothing serious, but I do think that he loves Los Angeles. I think he likes the fact that he's on a perennial World Series contender, and he's playing with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. And you consider that core, that is a core that has a chance to win multiple World Series titles, and it's going to come down to 2 things with Trea Turner. Which team's going to commit the most money, and which team is going to commit the most years? Because Trea Turner will turn 30 in June of next season, so he is a little older than the Corey Seagers who signed that 10-year, $325 million deal. He is a little older than Carlos Correa, but also he is more durable. This is a guy that rarely gets injured. He loves to play. He's been durable throughout his entire career, and I would rather have Trea Turner at age 29 than Corey Seager at age 27 when you consider his issues with being able to stay on the field. Then also recently, Dave Vassegh, he was on Petros and Money, and he had this to say. He said, but I've been told teams like the Phillies, the Yankees, the Braves, who have a free agent shortstop of their own in Dansby Swanson, are all going to kick the tires on Trea Turner. A lot of people around baseball that I spoke to, even on this road trip, believe that he's a better player than Corey Seager. So how can he not get more than Corey Seager, or at least as much? He's a really good shortstop. He can play second base. He can play center field. He's going to get at least 7 years and $300 million in my estimation at the very least. Now, as far as how does Trea Turner feel about the Dodgers at the moment, well, he said recently that he would love to play in L.A.
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot in the last 6 months, and I think this is definitely a place I would love to play and see myself playing. There's a lot of questions, obviously, in the off season, and we'll have those talks. But there's all positivity on my end, and I think the same can go for the front office here. We've had good talks over the year, not necessarily contract talks, but just talks about being here long term and whatnot. And they'd love to have me, and I like to stay. But at the end of the day, it's a business, so we'll see what happens. And I think it's definitely a possibility. It's just not time for that yet, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the rest of the season and trying to win a championship, and that's, what I've been focused on. That's kind of what I told them early in the year is if we don't get something done in spring training, I'd like to, focus on the season, and they've listened to me in that and done everything I've asked on my end, so I appreciate them for that, and definitely have talks down the road, but right now it's still baseball season, still postseason to be had, and then that's down the road.
Now, there's been this big rumor out there that Trea only wants to sign with a team on the East Coast. Well, Trea recently talked about that, and he pretty much shot that rumor down.
Yeah, it's been a big topic lately. Is me going back east, and I think it's more of a viewpoint of I would love to live at home for 12 months and never leave and stay in my own bed and be around my family, be around my parents and whatnot. So when I say, I would love to stay home or go back east, and that's kind of what I mean is I would love to sleep in my own bed for 12 months. But, that's not reality. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have to make a decision where, I want to play the rest of my career. And there's so many questions, so many things that I have to discuss with, my family, but that I don't rule anything out in free agency. Everything's in play.
Now, should the Dodgers pay Trea Turner? Well, it's not going to be cheap. If you want to sign the smooth slider Raider long term, you're looking at a contract worth close to, if not more, than $300 million. So you're going to have to give him a big bag if you want him back in Dodger blue. Now, is he worth it? Well, since the Dodgers traded for Turner at the deadline last season, he's been nothing short of tremendous. He leads all of baseball with 262 hits, a 308 batting average, 38 stolen bases. His 134 WRC plus is second among all shortstops. His 9 F4 leads all shortstops and is third in the league in that span. So by the numbers, Trea Turner has been the most productive shortstop in the sport since he put on the blue. And LA has gone 151 and 62 since adding him to their active roster. And he has that elite speed. Look, if Trea Turner ran his top speed through a school zone, he'd get a ticket for speeding. The only player faster than Trea Turner would have to be a cheetah, and no, the Dodgers aren't signing Carlos Correa. That's a different type of cheetah. And yes, did he struggle last year for the Dodgers in the postseason? Absolutely. Has he been a great postseason player? No. But either was Corey Seager. He had a 203 postseason batting average before going crazy in 2020 and winning the NLCS and World Series MVP, finishing with an 1141 OPS, 8 home runs, and 4 doubles. So it's a relatively small sample size compared to his body of work in the regular season. So should the Dodgers pay Trea? Absolutely. I think just like one of his smooth slides, Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers should slide a big fat contract right across that table and lock him up long term. Because if you look at some of the options out there, there's really no internal viable options in my opinion. If the Dodgers want a premium elite shortstop, and I think Gavin Lux offensively has proven that he's going to be at the very least a average bat in Major League Baseball. At the very best, he could be a multi-time All-Star. But defensively, he's had his issues this season. You talk about other guys coming up the pipeline. Jacob Amaya, he was having his moments early on this season, and then when he got promoted, he wasn't able to sustain the same success he was having at the plate. So I don't see him as an option. Then you you talk about the other names that could be available, like Xander Bogaerts. He's hitting .305 this season with a 132 WRC plus. You've got Dansby Swanson, who defensively, he's phenomenal. Offensively, he's an above-average bat at 117 WRC plus. He has 25 home runs this season. He would be cheaper. He does hit for power. That'd be a nice, interesting option, but I think there's a good chance he does re-sign with the Braves. And then there's Carlos Correa, where we know he's offensively a beast, but defensively, he has taken a step back this season, and it just doesn't feel like Dodger fans would accept it. And would this Dodgers organization really sign a member of the 2017 Astros? I find that hard to believe. So it's definitely a premium position, and there's just not many big-time shortstops that are going to be available for the Dodgers. So this could be a big hole that they need to fill. And yes, if he doesn't re-sign with the Dodgers, then maybe you do try to make a move to try to sign Aaron Judge. There is ways you can free up some more space. You get non-tender Cody Bellinger. Kershaw might not re-sign with the Dodgers. You never know. And then will you have to pay Walker Buehler big time now that he's had that second Tommy John surgery? The Dodgers can't afford Aaron Judge. You got Michael Busch down there. He can come up, give him a chance at second. Muncy plays some second, of course. You got Chris Taylor locked up for another 3 years. So there are some options if you want to get another marquee free agent. But Trea Turner, he's the guy that really would solidify this core with Mookie, Freddie, and along with himself, and also Will Smith. Now, defensively, he hasn't been as great as we had hoped. He has a -1 DRS. He's in the 47th percentile in outs above average. And another thing to consider, too, is that speed. That sprint speed is off the charts. And since 2017, his 130 infield hits lead all of Major League Baseball. He leads the league with 33 infield hits this season. So as he ages and he loses a step, will he still be able to get those infield hits? Because you talk about 33 in a season, that's definitely going to impact your total average. So I definitely think the Dodgers should still go for Trea Turner. I still think that he's a guy that should be a part of their long-term future. I'm going to drop another video on this as well, where we dive even deeper into the numbers, and we'll keep you posted on all the Trea Turner rumors. So really it's going to come down to, though, will the Dodgers pay Trea? How much do they want him? Because I think that, yes, the East Coast, he's dispelled that rumor. He's shot it down. But if there is a team that's willing to pay him on the East Coast and they're close to his home in Florida, then I think that could be a deal breaker. So I think if the Dodgers really want him, they're going to, one, have to match his best offer, and two, maybe have to give him a little more. So we'll see what the Dodgers do, but that is the latest on Trea Turner. But let me know down below in the comments section, on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to see the Dodgers re-sign Trea Turner? Would you rather see them let him walk and try to go after an Aaron Judge, maybe a DeGrom, some other guys out there? Do you like some of the other options like the Xander Bogaertses, the Swansons, the Correas? I want all your takes down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.